Gary Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 34. This episode, honestly speaking, is not the best episode that we got for phase 2 or season 2 of Ohsama Sentai, because this episode is kind of like still I would say this is kind of like the conclusion episode to the crossover with KuroIruka, because we actually get to see the Zord making an appearance, combining with the rest of the Shugo, something like that. So this is how they are gonna end the crossover in my opinion, okay? Because moving forward after episode 34, the plot is gonna pick back up again and everything is gonna pick like crazy once more, because every single king is gonna go back to their journey. They are gonna go back to their journey to take back their country and to become king once again. Basically, that is the reason why Racles is back in action, because we are actually seeing a retelling of the story of how each and different one of the king actually become king in the first place, starting with Nengkosopa, and I believe next is gonna be Ishabana, and then hopefully we get to see Gokhan, and then lastly we get to see Tofu, before we actually get to see Shugodem being taken back by Gira itself. And I think the way they actually tell the story, writing the story in a sense, like how they bring back Racles as Shugo Kamen, I think that is a really smart thing to do, because if they are gonna do the retelling of how each and every one of the king become king once again, it is definitely very crucial for Gira to fight with Racles once again. But with that being said, I am not sure what to expect, okay? Because next episode, it really seems like it is really emotional. And one of the best actor that we saw so far from Ohsama Sentai has been Yanma itself. The actor of Yanma has been bringing his A game since day one in acting. So you know the next episode is gonna be really insane, really amazing. So I'm really excited. But what else, okay? What else can we actually talk about in this episode? I think one of the most annoying thing is that annoying head guy making an appearance once again in the story. Like, I think they know what they are doing, man. Like, the moment they cast him, it's like, bro, I need you to become one of the most annoying guy in the planet Earth, something like that. And that guy be like, I got you, okay? Like, I got you. I'm gonna be the most annoying guy ever. And it's like, he is famous because of how annoying he is. Everyone knows how annoying he is, but then again, you know, it helps to move the plot forward. So good for him, okay? Good for him. Another thing that I'm really surprised is the fact that Racles actually kind of like become Darth Vader when he like was being introduced. As he walked down the stairs, like we actually get to hear like his breathing sound, something like that. So it's like, bro, are you trying to be Darth Vader or something like that? And then I think it's like not really like a surprise for us to actually see that Racles is actually Shugo Kamen. All of us has already predicted this and all those stuff. But Suzume, okay, like speaking of Suzume, like I'm not sure if whether or not Suzume is actually gonna become evil or really truly side with Racles or not, okay? Because in the previous episode breakdown, it actually says that she has no purpose to actually act or perform for a crowd, to be in love with Racles itself. So like, why would she look at the ring and say like, oh, Racles, something like that, okay? So that is what I thought is gonna happen, something like that, okay? But then again, I'm not sure how things are gonna go. Maybe Suzume she might actually truly be still on the side with the rest of the king, but I think it really depends on how they're gonna write the story. Because remember, one thing is that the story of Tofu is a story of revelation, a rebellion, something like that, a coup d'etat. So basically, Dibowski became king by killing his own king. He kind of like orchestrated a coup d'etat and lead a rebellion with the people against the king itself. And I think in order for him to be able to successfully do that, he would definitely need kind of like an inside man, or should I say an inside woman. And that inside woman would actually be Suzume. And it's like, if Suzume is smart, then Suzume would actually plan everything ahead of time. Like, she saw what is happening, so she actually planted herself at the side of Shugo Kamen, aka Racles, so that he knows one day when Deboski is back in town, he's gonna be helpful. He can send all the information out. She's gonna be the spy, something like that is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so really interesting thing that Suzume can actually do for the plot itself. But then again, like I said, it could also be just a simple fact that Suzume is like madly in love with Racles. Whichever turns out to be true, I don't know how am I gonna feel regardless how. Okay, so another thing that I felt really interesting is the fact that Rita, like the country of Gokhan, like someone would actually go and rule over that country, when Gokhan it actually really seems like Gokhan seems like a country where they're just full of prisoners and all those stuff. But I think it would actually make sense that there are still normal people living there. It's just like Gotham, okay? Like, no matter how corrupted that place is, or like how many criminal that place actually have, there are still people who are just trying to live their life peacefully at Gotham itself. And I felt like Gokhan is kind of like Gotham of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. But then again, I am not sure. Okay, like I think like this episode, like literally I have nothing else to say other than these few things. Like I don't really want to talk about the Zod, because I think the Zod is okay, is good. Like, it's not the best, but then again, you know, like, this is just a fun thing for us to actually see, kind of like a crossover, something like that. But one thing, okay, one thing I can talk about is the how when Gira actually summoned the dinosaur, he is able to make the dinosaur to grow inside, something like that. So maybe we're gonna see something similar to Tarantula Abyss. Remember that guy, the Black Spider? Like, Black Spider is normally to be found currently. Hopefully we're gonna see Tarantula Abyss back in action really soon. But when is that gonna happen? We are not sure. Okay, I really don't want to see Racles actually is in possession of Tarantula Abyss, because Tarantula Abyss is the kind of like a adopted son or pet of the Desanara itself. So we don't, and Racles and Desanara, they are not seeing eye to eye and all the stuff, and they are not the best friends, something like that. But maybe Tarantula Abyss doesn't know about that, so like he or she, whatever the gender is, like Tarantula Abyss actually sees Racles as kind of like a nakama, like, hey, you used to be my king's partner, so I'm gonna trust you, something like that. Maybe not, I'm not sure how things are gonna go. But with that being said, very short video because there's nothing much to talk about. That is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I want you to comment the word Delio in the comment section below, because this thing, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but like, this is one of my favorite waffle crackers in the entire world, man. Like that, ever since I have my first bite, I am obsessed with this thing. So Delio is the word here, so just comment it in the comment section below to let me know you finished the video. And that is all. Okay, very short one. See you guys on episode 35. It is gonna be lit, it is gonna be amazing, and goodbye.